Hey there, welcome YouTube. I've got a package here that arrived, and I'm going to pop this thing open, so give me a second here to do that. And I've already kind of started it, so it shouldn't be too bad to get open here. All right, I've got some paperwork at the top that I can remove, which I've done. And now we'll put it back into under the lights here, and actually pop this open. So let's see here. I'm going to get that. You might be able to tell what it is before I even threw the bubble wrap. I love the fact that they put bubble wrap. This is from Miniature Market. Oh, it's heavier than I thought it was going to be. Okay. This is Twilight Struggle, one of the top-rated games on Board Game Geeks forever, or at least as long as I've been looking at it. This is a deluxe edition, the 2015 or 16 edition, I guess, the most recent edition. A game by Anada Gupta and Jason Matthews, and I'm really happy to add this to the collection. I do have someone I can play it with, so that's good. I don't know if you can play this solo. I haven't researched that. I'm surprised I haven't, or if I have, I don't remember. But it'd be great solo, I think, too. A game that I would enjoy playing solo anyway. I love the theme of this. The whole idea of the Cold War being either the United States or Russia, taking it from 1945 up to 1989, and being able to kind of experience some of the events that happened and react to those, and see if we can't come out with a similar outcome or maybe a better outcome. You never know. Depending on who you're playing, I guess. Here's the back. The board looks like this. As usual on these videos where I'm kind of showing you what I got as far as a haul is concerned, I don't always unbox these, other than take them out of the box. I guess it's an unboxing. But as far as showing you what's inside of it, I don't usually do that for a couple of reasons. One is it takes me long enough just to do this part, that I don't want to complicate it and make it a 30-minute video. I'd rather make two 15-minute videos or two 10-minute videos and show you everything. And for most of the time, you can get a pretty good idea of what's in it by just checking this out. But I know a lot of people like to actually see the, sorry about that, see the components. So here's the board. The board is comprised of a lot of hotbed areas represented by various boxed, as in purplish, bluish, yellowish, and so on, greenish. These are areas that are up for grabs from a political, economic, and so on influence standpoint, and you track who's got what control over those with little markers that indicate whether it be the U.S. or whether it be the Soviets, what kind of influence they have on that particular city. You can try to overtake that city militarily, militarily, or through various influence via a coup, that type of thing. And you do that through playing cards that have various impact. You can see some of the cards I think are listed here. Yeah. For instance, here's one that's good for the Soviets. Pershing 2 deployed. Remove 1 U.S. influence from up to 3 Western European countries. Yeah. There's another one. This one is for either side. Cuban Missile Crisis. Set DEFCON to level 2. Any further cooperation attempt by your opponent this turn anywhere on the board will result in global thermonuclear war. Your opponent will lose the game. This card may be canceled at any time if the USSR player removes 2 influences from Cuba, or the U.S. player removes 2 influence from Germany or Turkey. So there's a card, huh? And then finally, the Korean War. It's an early war effort. North Korea invades South Korea. Degrade DEFCON status 1 level. Or degrade the DEFCON status 1 level, I should say. Roll 1 die and subtract 1 for every U.S. controlled South Korean neighbor. There you go. So the event cards will have things like those. You can read those. I don't have to read everything. The late Fidel Castro is one of those. Yeah. So you've got a lot of cards. This is a heavy box, bro. I got to put it down. It's a darn heavy box. But it does recreate or most of the events, most of the key events that took place between 1945 and 1989 are within the cards of this game. And so you play them and play the effects that it would have on the influence in a given region or a given country. And then play continues. I've watched numerous videos on this, and I don't know what you guys do before you buy a game, but I don't always get to play a game before I purchase the game. In fact, there's plenty of games I've purchased that I have never played. I've bought them based on reviews, watching the game be played on a YouTube video, sometimes being able to play the game, and in some cases my boys have played the game. Like a good example would be one of the first games we got, Letters from Whitechapel, were something they had played at a youth organization and really loved it. And they encouraged me to get that game, which is sort of how we started. And then I bought Pandemic because one of the other boys had said he tried that and thought that was a lot of fun. And I love Pandemic, so that was a good one. And then a game like Cosmic Encounter that I own was purchased because I saw numerous reviews and numerous gameplay videos and read the description and contemplated and read more and really agonized over some of these purchases. And granted, they're only $50, but hey, $50 is $50. If you're going to spend $50, you want to make sure you're going to enjoy yourself. On the other hand, if I took my three boys to a movie, it's going to cost me $50. So I can justify a lot of purchases by saying, you know what, I'd rather play this game with them 3 or 4 times than take them to a movie. I have more fun that way. There's more interaction. Yeah, sometimes we debate and argue, but that's part of life, and that's okay. Sometimes we don't always have the games right, but as I've heard said many times, you know what? It's better to play the game and have fun and realize you got one of the rules wrong and then fix it the next time than agonize over the fact that, oh my goodness, we played a game wrong. We should have played it that way. Now the whole experience is wasted. No, it's not. If you had fun doing it and it was competitive and you enjoyed it, whether or not you say, like I've had games where I've said, oh, we should have done this, and one of my boys said, well, then I would have won. I said, well, you would have. Okay. That's okay. It's okay that you would have won and we screwed up. Now the next time we'll know better. But yeah, you won that game. He doesn't have the same feeling as if he would have conquered us at the table, of course. But still. All right, so this is a 2-player game, obviously. I imagine you could probably turn any 2-player game into a 4-player game if you want to team up and discuss your moves, kind of like you do in a co-op game. But that tends to lead the other person to know what you're going to do unless you kind of go off to the side and whisper your upcoming plans. So I guess you could play it 4-player. I have 3 boys. One of them is really keen on playing this. The other one I think would too because he's a big history buff. The third one, not so much. He doesn't like longer games. So, but anyway, that's Twilight Struggle. Really happy to add it to collection. If it's something you want to see, if you want to see me pop this open, that is 2016. If you want to see me pop this open and go through some of the components, they're all cardboard. So I don't think you're missing a lot. I think the real key is to watch a video on how this is played. I'd be happy to do one of those too if you'd like, but I think there's plenty of them out there already. This is not a brand new game by any means. It's an older game, but an oldie but a goodie. Twilight Struggle, really high rated. It's in the top 10 on BGG. I think it's in the top 3 actually, but it's right. It's been number 1. It's been number 2. Might even been number 3, but it's right up there. Twilight Struggle, Cold War, 1945 to 1989. I recommend this if you're looking for a 2-player game that's very competitive and very strategic, and something that you feel like you could get into. All right, guys, that's it. Take care. Dean of Games signing off. So Merry Christmas. Whatever you celebrate this time of year. It's a great time to play games. Wintertime. People off from school. People on vacation. Great opportunity to play some board games. So I hope that you get to play plenty. And Merry Christmas. Happy Holidays.